Welcome back to our unit process synchronization. Moving further in this unit, today we will discuss Peterson's solution. What is Peterson's solution? Peterson's solution is a software solution to the critical section problem. Peterson's solution is restricted to two processes that alternate execution between their critical sections and remainder sections. Means it works only for two processes who want to enter the critical section. The processes are numbered P0 and P1. For convenience, when presenting Pi, we use Pj to denote the other process, that is j equals to 1 minus I. The code which is used by the Peterson solution is this code. So here we are using how many variables? We are using two variables, turn variable and flag variable. The variable turn indicates whose turn is to enter its critical section. That is, if turn equals to I, then process Pi is allowed to execute in its critical section. The flag array is used to indicate if a process is ready to enter its critical section. For example, flag I is true. This value indicates that Pi is ready to enter the critical section. Which process is executing in the critical section is denoted by the turn variable, and which is the next process to enter the critical section is decided by the flag array. Implementation of the code. To enter the critical section, process Pi first sets flag I to be true and then sets turn to the value j, thereby asserting that if other process wishes to enter the critical section, it can do so. If both processes try to enter at the same time, turn will be set to both I and j roughly at the same time. Only one of these assignments will last. The other will occur but will be overwritten immediately. The eventual value of turn determines which of the two processes is allowed to enter the critical section first. Proof of the Peterson solution that it satisfies all the three conditions of critical section, that is mutual exclusion, bounded waiting and progress. Mutual exclusion. Each process Pi enters its critical section only if either flag j equals to false or turn equals to I. And bounded waiting. A process Pi can be prevented from entering the critical section only if it is stuck in the while loop with the condition flag j equals to true and turn is equals to j. That means Pi will not enter the critical section if process Pj is executing in its critical section. If Pj is not ready to enter the critical section, then flag j equals to false and Pi can enter its critical section. If Pj has set flag j equals to true and is also executing in its while statement, then either turn equals to I or turn equals to j. Turn equals to I, then Pi will enter the critical section. If turn equals to j, then Pj will enter the critical section. However, once Pj exits its critical section, it will set flag j equals to false, allowing Pi to enter the critical section. If Pi resets flag j equals to true, it must also set turn equals to I. Thus, since Pi does not change the value of variable turn while executing the while statement, Pi will enter the critical section after most one entry by Pj. That is, bounded waiting and progress condition both are satisfied. Now another software solution is Mutex. Mutex is a software tool for the critical section. The mutex lock is used to protect the critical section and thus prevent the race condition. That is, a process must acquire the lock before entering a critical section, and it must release the lock when exiting the critical section. The acquire function acquires the lock and the release function releases the lock. How the mutex locks work? They work using two functions, acquire and release. When a process enters the critical section, it must acquire the lock, and while leaving the critical section, it must release the lock. A mutex has a Boolean variable whose value indicates if the lock is available or not. If the lock is available, a call to acquire succeeds, and lock is then considered unavailable. A process that attempts to acquire an unavailable lock is blocked until the lock is released. That means both the functions acquire and release both share a common variable available. Definition of the acquire. Acquire while not equals to available means lock is not available, then it will be busy waiting. The process is going to wait, and available equals to false. Definition of release. Release means what? You must set the available value to be true. Calls to either acquire or release must be performed atomically. That means whole or nothing. It can't be halfway. Solution to critical section using mutex. Do acquire the lock, enter the critical section, and after finishing the task, release the lock and enter the remainder section. Disadvantage of mutex. While a process is in its critical section, any other process that tries to enter its critical section must loop continuously in the call to acquire. That means every time it wants to enter the critical section, the process must loop continuously in the acquire section to check whether the available structure is free or not. In fact, this type of mutex lock is also called spin lock because the process spins while waiting for the lock to become available. Now another synchronization tool is your semaphore. Semaphore, as I told, is a synchronization tool. Semaphore is manipulated using an integer variable s. It can be accessed via two atomic operations, wait and signal. The operations are implemented as while the process enters the critical section, it will acquire the wait operation where the value of semaphore is decremented, and when it releases the critical section, it will use the signal operation where the value of semaphore will be incremented. Each of the wait and signal operations must be executed indivisibly. That is, when process is modifying the semaphore value, then no other process can simultaneously modify that same semaphore value. Types of semaphore. Semaphores can be classified as binary semaphore, also known as mutex. The value of binary semaphore can range only between 0 and 1. Second type of semaphore is counting semaphore. The value of counting semaphore can range over unrestricted domain. Binary semaphore. Binary semaphore behaves similar to the mutex locks. In fact, on systems that do not provide mutex, binary semaphores can be used instead for providing mutual exclusion. The use of binary semaphore. We can use binary semaphore to deal with critical section problem for multiple processes. When the process shares a semaphore, the mutex is initialized to 1. Each process Pi is organized as shown in figure. Do, wait, mutex. Means what? A process is entering the critical section. It will acquire which operation? Wait operation. On which variable? Mutex variable, and it will enter the critical section. After leaving or executing in the critical section, it will fire the signal operation and then enter the remainder section. Counting semaphore. Counting semaphore can be used to control access to a given resource consisting of finite number of instances. The semaphore is initialized to the number of resources available. जितने resources हैं system के अंदर उतनी ही value semaphore की होगी. Each process that wishes to use the resource performs a wait operation on the semaphore, thereby decrementing the count. Every time their process enters the critical section, it will fire wait operation. When a process releases a resource, it will signal the signal operation, that means incrementing the count. When the count for semaphore goes to 0, all the resources are used. That means no resource is available in the system. After that, process that wishes to use a resource will block until the count becomes greater than 0. If all the resources are unavailable, the value of count becomes 0 and the process will have to wait till the value becomes greater than 0. Disadvantages of semaphore. The semaphore of this form results in busy waiting. While a process is in the critical section, any other process that tries to enter its critical section must loop continuously in the entry section when the process finds the value of semaphore is not positive. This type of semaphore is called spin lock. That means it is spinning in the value. That means it is continuously waiting for the value of the semaphore to become greater than 0. Semaphore implementation with no busy waiting. When a process executes the wait operation and finds that the semaphore value is not positive, it must wait. However, rather than engaging in busy waiting, the process can block itself. That means it must not execute continuously in the loop. It can block itself if the semaphore value is not available. The block operation places a process into a waiting queue associated with that semaphore, and the state of the process is switched to waiting state. If the semaphore is not available, then that process will be set to waiting state, not to the blocking state. A process that is blocked waiting on a semaphore S should be restarted when some other process is restarted by a wake-up operation, which changes the process from waiting state to ready state. The process is then placed in the ready queue, that is blocked state to waiting state and then ready state. The data structure used in such type of implementation are: each entry in a waiting queue has two data items: value, defining the value of semaphore; pointer to the next record in the list, defining processes waiting on that semaphore. The two operations are: block, place the process invoking the operation on the appropriate waiting queue; wake up, remove one process in the waiting queue and place it in the ready queue, that is, resume the process. Semaphore implementation with no busy waiting can be defined using a structure like this: integer value and a structure of type process. So the wait signal will be value decremented if the value is less than 0, that means the semaphore is not available. Then add the process to the waiting state, add to the linked list. Otherwise, increment the value of the semaphore and remove the process from the waiting list by using which operation? Wake up operation. So this is your semaphore, counting semaphore and binary semaphore.